This is a very rough road. I think I've been to this house before. It was one of the very first things I encountered. I am in all-wheel drive mode.
The Silver Dasher.
Morning. It's Friday. It's the day after Thanksgiving. I'm in my car. I'm gonna go dashing. I've already started the app, and it did ask me if I'm using a bag. So most likely I'm gonna have to take a picture on the very first order. So it's 6:30. It says it was busy and given a plus $1 for delivery. We'll see. We'll see if that happens. So anyway, so let's head on back out of the garage. Hopefully we pick up an order. Not yet. So anyway, so I'll be heading to base. I think I'm going to make Jack's the base today. So anyhow, so hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving. I know a lot of people may be tired of turkey. The crock-pot turkey I made turned out really good. I think I'll have to I'll post the recipe I did on the community post. So anyway, on to base. Hopefully pick up an order real soon. So see you a little bit. Well, I just picked up the first order just as I'm making my way to Jack's. Got a Chick-fil-A order. That's $10 for 10 miles, but you know, in this market, beggars can't be choosers. So I'll be going out to Lincoln, actually probably more to the Riverside area. But anyway, off to Chick-fil-A and then the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, just dropped off that Chick-fil-A order. And it's out here in Lincoln, close to the neighborhood where I got that $90 Walmart Spark tip. But as soon as I completed the delivery, another offer was given to me to the local Walmart here in Lincoln. But I declined it because it was for $6, but they wanted me to drive 13 miles. No. Not while I'm way out here. The reason I accepted the Chick-fil-A, even though my breakfast offers are small in between, but it was $10 for 10 miles. Now if that McDonald's order was $10 for 12 miles, yeah, I would have taken that, but not for 6. So anyhow, so yeah, it's cold today. It is, according to car, it was 32, now it's 33, but it's got the little icy condition symbol. So yeah, it's yesterday was cold as far as as we're concerned here in the South, but this morning it's frigid. So, but anyway, so the plan is I'm going to head back into town. I think I'm still going to use Jack's as my base of operation today, and see if we can pick up any orders. But like I said, if it's $10, especially in the morning, during the day anyway. If it's $10, I'll take it, because in my market, the average pay is like $5 per order. So here, this one order, I've already doubled that. So anyway, we'll see what happens. On to base we go. See you in a little bit. Well, I just picked up an order to Burger King. It was kind of iffy, but I've been waiting here for 30 minutes, and seems like pickings are slim today. Lower $8 for 12 miles, but I'm heading south. Not going on the interstate. So the reason I picked it, so on my way back, I'll be running the Gauntlet. So hopefully pick is a little bit better. But when I was out there in Lincoln, there's nothing out there, you know, except for the McDonald's in Lincoln and a Taco Bell. There's really not much out there. So, and it was going to take me even further away in the zone from, but at least with this, it'll take me south, and then on the trip coming back, I go through the Gauntlet. But you know, when you're sitting there waiting 30 minutes and it's cold, now if it was like $6, I wouldn't have taken it, but this was almost $9. Yeah, today is slim pickings, you know. I guess you can expect the day after Thanksgiving, but you would think that people would get tired of turkey, at least for a little bit. So anyway, on to Burger King, then the customer. We'll see you in a little bit. This is a very rough road. I think I've been to this house before. It was one of the very first things I encountered. I am in all-wheel drive mode. And there's so many gullies and ruts. It's the correct road. According to the map here, there's quite a few little houses up here. But man, and look at the mud. My poor car. Yeah, I think I remember this. We're coming up on the. Oh, guys. Yeah, 241. Yeah.
Your destination is on the left.
Yeah, I've been here before. I remember this. Yep, I remember this house. Repeat customer. All right, I'm gonna make the delivery. See you in a little bit. Well, I just delivered that Burger King order. Going back to the road. And just as I
in 1,000 feet, turn left onto Stemley Road. As
I completed the order, I picked up a Shop and Deliver from Dollar General. I went ahead and took it because it's the Dollar General that I passed on the way over here. But it's a little over $9, but it's another 12 miles. I don't know what it is with today. Every order is 12 miles or more. But it takes me, you know, oh God, I hate the mud. Like I said, I'm glad I have all-wheel drive. Man, I'm being shaken up pretty bad. That's why I'm going super slow here. I don't know how these folks, and there's several houses up here. I don't know how these folks deal with this road. Is this road not a public road, or if this is, well, this may be a private road because the road sign is blue, and most every other road sign I've seen is green. So I think this may be a private driveway, private road for these houses. In that case, they need to pull their money together and at least, you know, make it a gravel road. But, you know, all these ruts and potholes and stuff like that. But, you know, you don't know people's circumstances. So, anyway, going back the way I came. Holy crap. Wow. But the way back I came to the Dollar General, and I think it involves alcohol because it told me I had to make sure, review ID. So, anyhow, off to Dollar General and then to the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, that was weird. I'm on my way to the Dollar General, but my app got lost, and it says I didn't get that order, and then it's dash, and then I said, well, dash, and then it just sit there, something's wrong. So I closed down the app, restart fresh, and now I got the order back up for Dollar General. So that was a weird hiccup. So it says, yeah, making my way to Dollar General. So that was weird, and it's got my running total of the dash up there. So, but everything seems to be working, and I got the directions on my CarPlay. So that was weird. This could be because I'm almost in deliverance country. So I'm out here in the woods. So anyway, I'm only about 2 minutes away from the Dollar General. So I'm gonna go there, do the shopping, and head to the customer. So see you in a little bit. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Same to you.
Thank you so much for letting us know about this one, Steve, and I hope I have somehow helped you today.
All right, you have. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you as well for contacting Dasher Support. Have a wonderful day.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Welcome to your...
Well, as you see, I just delivered that Dollar General, and I had to call customer support. And right in the middle of customer support, I picked another McDonald's offer for $8 for 16 miles. No way. See, this Dollar General order made me come back out to the same location I did my very first order. So anyway, I've got about 15 minutes left in the dash, so I'm now, instead of going back the way I came and run the Gauntlet, I'm going back on the interstate and head back home that way. And the reason why I was on customer support is to report an incident. The order was a shop and deliver, but the customer informed me, I'm going to leave my ID outside. Please verify from there, and because I'm sick, I'm not coming outside. And I informed the customer via text, I'm sorry, I cannot do that. That's against DoorDash rules. I'm going to have to verify you in person. So I finally got the shopping, and it took a little while because there were some things that needed to be substituted. And sure enough, the ID was there. And I looked it up, picked it up, and then I knocked on the door. I had to knock on it several times, and he came to the door, and he was mad. And I apologized to him and says, I am sorry, but I have to verify the ID to the person, and he didn't seem to be too sick, to be honest. And so I did the scan, and he took the groceries, and then he stormed back in. And I said, okay. I told him I hope he gets to feel better. I'm going to be honest, he didn't look sick to me. So, anyhow, but because of that interaction, I went ahead and called support and said, look, I think I had a hostile customer who wanted me to break the rules of verifying ID without him being in person. So, anyway, hopefully get that straightened out. And also, if this guy somehow gives me a 1-star rating, I have an excuse to have it removed. So anyway, back to base. Got about 15 minutes left, and then if I don't get an order, at least a somewhat decent order, hopefully not another 12 miles. Man, every order I had has been over been 12 miles or over. So I don't know what's going on. It's day after Thanksgiving, and every delivery I've made has been way out in the rural areas. So anyhow, back to base I go, and if I don't get an order, I'll go home. So see you in a little bit. Well, I'm home. Did not pick up an order on the last 15 minutes of this morning dash. Here's the summary. Could have been better. I made a total of $29.04 with a total of 3 deliveries, and that's pretty poor. But every one of those were over 12 miles, but they were all of them were almost $10. I did reject 2 offers. Both of them were way over, 12 miles, but they were only like $6. And I said no. In fact, I had one where I was in the middle of talking with support, dealing with that angry customer that I had. And that was a McDonald's in Lincoln. Same time, while I was out there, I don't know what it is. Both offers from the McDonald's out in Lincoln were only $6 for over 12 miles. So no. So anyway, back home, take a quick break, eat some leftover turkey, and we'll do this again for lunch. So until then, we'll see you in a little bit. Well, welcome back. It's now 11 o'clock. I'm getting ready to start the lunch dash, so we'll go ahead and start the app. Ask me when I want to end. Hopefully it accepts that, or uh-oh. What's going on here? What? No, I don't want to navigate to that spot. It's asking me to go to another zone. I don't want to go to another zone. All right. Let me see if I can figure out what's going on here. So, see you in a little bit. That's totally weird. This is twice now the app is really screwed up. Yeah. And somehow it wanted me to go to the next zone, which is way further south. So I actually had to pause the dash and then force it to end because I couldn't end it any other way. So now I'm starting dashing in my own zone, my normal zone. And just like, and earlier when I was out there, it totally lost itself. Didn't think I was dashing, and I was in the middle of a shop and deliver at Dollar General. But now I ended that. Now I'm started back up in the correct zone. So I don't know what's going on. This is twice now this app has messed up. So hopefully it's working now. So I'm going to head to my normal base of operations and see if we can get started on this. So I'm going to head to Cracker Barrel. So see you in a little bit. Well, I just now accept a very small shop and deliver going to CVS, and it was like, almost almost $5. I think it's almost $5, but it was like only 3 miles. It's one of these, today is a strange day, it's because it's the day after Thanksgiving. I don't think, it's just really strange, long distances for deliveries and a lot of shop and delivers. Yeah, it's almost $5, $4.60 for 3.7 miles. And I'm going to CVS. So, something to get started with, especially when it says the delivery times or expected wait times between 5 and 10 minutes. So anyway, like I said, in my market, beggars can't be choosers, but it's not underwater, but something to get started. So on to CVS we go. We'll see you in a little bit. Well, I just dropped out that CVS order. The problem was none of the items that the customer wanted was available. So once again, my find the original items goes down again. It was at 90, and it said it needs to be 92. Well, it's awful damn hard to get 92 when there's no original items to get. Especially these small little, CVS's or Dollar General. So I think that's quite unfair for us people that are in small markets that don't do the shopping and delivery in big box stores. Have to rely on drugstores and Dollar General for half the stuff they don't have. So anyway, I was able to get get the substitutions that the customer wanted, and just as I delivered, I picked up a Papa John's order. And this one's $10 for like 5 miles, so it's not one of those $2 ones. If it was $2, I would have rejected it. So anyway, on to Papa John's and then to the customer after that. See you in a little bit. Well, I just delivered that Papa John's pizza to a repeat customer of mine. I know I've been there at least 3 times before. In fact, the last time I was here, they were working on burying their internet cable. But it looks like I'm going to be losing them because they have a for sale sign on their house. So that's a little sad. So anyway, well, now I'm in the neighborhood. I've been here before many times. So anyway, I'm going to head back to base, which is going to be right now Cracker Barrel. But I haven't reached my base yet, which is a good thing since I started it, because I've been taking little orders back to back to back. So anyway, hopefully maybe I get an order before I make it to base. So anyway, on to base, and we'll see you in a little bit. Well, just as I signed off, I did get an order. I'm heading to WingStop. So I still haven't made it to base yet, which is a good thing. So on the WingStop and then the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, I just dropped off that WingStop order. Got to meet the kitty cat. In fact, kitty cat sure was curious about the food. In fact, when I took the picture of the delivery, the kitty cat was standing right next to the food. So I said, I don't think the food's for you. So anyway, well, the good thing is now I'm way out here just south of the Gauntlet, so this gives me a chance to run the Gauntlet. So who's going to win, me or the Gauntlet? Well, keep your fingers crossed. Hopefully me. So anyhow, so on to the Gauntlet and then see who wins. See you in a little bit. Well, the Gauntlet did not win. I'm going back to WingStop. Now, it is slightly under, it's a little over $8 for about 12 miles, and it's taking me out to Lincoln. But, seems like it's a little slow, and like I said, it's okay. But I know a lot of people say, oh, I don't think that, So, like I said, y'all just don't understand my market here. So, Anyway, here I am at WingStop, and then on to the customer. See you in a little bit. I just delivered at WingStop. There was a gentleman outside cleaning the leaves out of the gutters. I said, don't envy him. I told him I installed a kind of a leaf protection system on my house. Because unfortunately, one side of my house is because I have a basement and a main level and a second level where my office is. So on one side of the house, it's actually 3 stories tall because there's an access to the basement to the side of the house. And unfortunately, with 3 stories tall, I can't go that high to try to clean gutters. So I spent some money, which I'm still making payments on it. System. It's not leaf guard. It's a. I gotta go straight. It's a. It's the one where it's a solid piece of metal, and the water with capillary action goes underneath, and the leaves just blow right off the top. The leaf guard system, I think is what it's called, has a mesh, so it lets the water come through. But the problem is that mesh can get clogged with dirt and all that, and you still have to go in at once a year and wipe off the mesh. So that kind of defeats the purpose of not have to do the gutter cleaning. The system I got is lifetime to the house. So anyhow, I'm here in Lincoln. I'm doing the speed limit. So I'm gonna make my way back to base unless I pick up a decent order out here. The couple times I've been out near this area, especially this morning, it was 2 McDonald's orders for, over 12 miles for $6. No, I'm not doing that. So anyhow, anyway, heading back to base. So far, Gauntlet and base hasn't won today. I haven't been back to base yet at all this afternoon. So on the base we go. See you in a little bit. Well, I just got a nice surprise. That last delivery of the WingStop out to Lincoln, they gave me a $5 tip. That really made my day. Yeah. And like I said, they were very friendly. I met the gentleman, talked about the leaf, and then I was met by, I assume, his wife at the door. Both very nice folks. So yeah, that made my day. So still on the interstate, heading back to base. So see you in a little bit. Well, I almost made it to base. I was pulling into the Cracker Barrel parking lot when then I got an order. It's to my favorite Asian place here in Pill City. So it's a Japanese place. It's a small order, lower $5 for 4 miles. The Oishi Asian restaurant. That's where I'm headed. So off to the restaurant and then to the customer. So we'll see you in a little bit. Well, I just delivered that Oishi Asian restaurant delivery, and just as soon as I finished dropping it off, I picked up a small, maybe I should have taken it, but it was like almost $4, less than 3 miles. It's a Dollar General shop, so it's one of those things. This is I'm just slowly, you know, getting something every little bit. You know, I'm trying to go a little bit with volume here. This has been a strange day. This morning, you know, all the offers were over 12 miles away, and I only accepted 3 of them because they were within, you know, $10. In fact, you know, of the 3 orders, I made, you know, almost $30. But today it's been kind of, you know, steady. I haven't made it really technically to base yet. So anyway, on to Dollar General. I've been to this one before. In fact, this is the Dollar General. I always pick up the milk that always goes to Starbucks. So hope it's not one of those again. So anyway.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto
See you in a little
23rd
bit.
Street South.
Well, I delivered at Dollar General, but actually it was a stacked order at Dollar General. While I was finishing up the shopping of the first one, another one came in. Kind of similar to a stacked order in Walmart. Had to keep them separate in the cart. But delivery time is different. When I deliver, I had to keep them separate. I forgot which one it was. I had to ask the customer, which one was yours? And he told me, okay, it's this one. But when you have to look carefully at the app, it shows you the pictures of all the items that are supposed to deliver. So the Walmart, you have to scan. I got in Walmart Spark mode by accident. But yeah, the first one delivered to apartment complex. I couldn't find it because the app told me it was on the right side. It was actually on the left side. The second stop is over here. I think it's public housing, but it's little bungalows. Drove by many times, but they are nice. They are really nice. They may be small, but they are refurbishing the outside. They're redoing the porch, you know, and new awnings and stuff like that. And they're solid brick. There may be like 2 bedroom, one bath, and living room and kitchen. That's what, you know, perfect for a small family or young couple. But they're sitting there. Looks like most of them are done. The one I went to, they were still working on it. They removed the old porch and they're redoing the new one. And there's several more that looks like they're getting ready to refurbish. But I've been to a couple of these houses before over in the other part of that little neighborhood. They're nice. So anyway, I got 45 minutes left in the dash. Dash is going okay. It's been steady, but you know, not too well. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to head over to McDonald's real quick, see if I can pick up an order, and also then have a pit stop too. So I'm going to be honest, I haven't DoorDashed at all this week, except for today. You know, short week. I didn't dash or spark Monday or Tuesday because we had some confusion. One of the appointments that I had to get the gas turned back on at my parents' house. They had turned off the gas because they were replacing the meter, and that was during the summer. And got to the point, well, you know, I can wait. But you know, since we had some cold spell, my parents' hot water heater and the heat, even though the air don't work, the heat does. It's all run by gas. So there was some confusion, and I was waiting, you know, to have an appointment. And they said, "Well, we called." One of the idiots, they called my parents' number, which doesn't exist. So the next day they called, and so I decided to go up there, and I said, you know, we're not going to worry about it. So I didn't dash that day, but I did spark the day before Thanksgiving. That turned out really well. You know, I'm using my Android phone. So anyway, I'm pulling into McDonald's, see if I can pick up an order over here, and hopefully I can get one here real soon. So see you in a little bit. Well, waiting at McDonald's paid off. I just Just sat there for about 2 minutes, and now I picked up a Milo's burger order, which is across the street from McDonald's. So anyway, on the Milo's, not McDonald's, on the Milo's, and then the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, I just dropped off that Milo's order to one of the houses. If I think I remember in a previous video, I'm in an older part of the Pell City where there's some older houses, but they've been renovating. That's one of the houses, and one of the houses that I delivered to, the front porch got renovated. Looks nice, small little, tiny little homes, probably a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, living room, kitchen, that type thing. Perfect for a young couple or young couple with a baby. But yeah, so I got 20 more minutes left in the dash. So I'm gonna kind of make my way towards McDonald's, but then kind of work my way back up to Cracker Barrel. I'm gonna be honest, I have not fully stopped at Cracker Barrel at all today. It's just been slow and steady. Some okay orders, some good orders, but slow and steady. At least it's been keeping me busy. I've not been bored, so to speak. So yeah, but it's been cold today. It's just now finally warm, but it's now in the low 50s. But it's been cold all morning, practically freezing. But strangely, we never got a freeze warning. Probably because it only got really cold for an hour or two last night. So yeah, it's winter is coming. Technically we're in the fall still, and people. You seeing? I've seen McDonald's is busy. Been getting a lot of. I remember I talked to the gentleman who got that Oasia Asian food. I asked him, were you getting sick of turkey? He said, yeah, but they didn't have turkey. They had venison. I haven't had venison in a long time. My German uncle, he was part of the hunting club. The hunting clubs in Germany are the members, and you have to pay lots of money to be part of the club. Are the only ones that could own firearms, hunting rifles, and the hunting clubs in Germany. There's several of them, but they all have their own little territories in Germany. They basically help control the population of deer, and especially wild boar. A lot of wild boar in Germany, and deer. And so my uncle would occasionally harvest deer and boar, and then we would have a cookout, and boy, he had good venison and wild boar. It's the first time I ever had, I remember he would take the animals that he harvested and take them to a guy who knew how to process them. But that's the first time I ever had bloodwurst, blood sausage. It's from pig's blood. I know that sounds gross, but in Germany, Germans eat, as you know, probably, they eat a lot of pork products, but they don't waste anything. Just like anything, here in the deep South, on my dad's side, the family there, but they never waste anything. And just like their other families, if there were bones left in, bones were used to boil and make stock. It was very healthy. Especially my mother kept telling me, if you can go to a butcher and get bones, with the bone marrow still in it, and boil it, all that bone marrow gives you good, was very healthy. So that's why, you see a lot of stores that have bone broth, and that's where it comes from. So anyway, about 17 minutes left on the dash. I'm gonna head towards Cracker Barrel, see if I actually get to park. If I don't pick up an order, we're gonna call it a day. The dash has been about average, and along with the breakfast dash this morning, I think it would break $80, and that's not too bad. But this is the only dash I've done this week. It's because it's Thanksgiving, and I had a couple errands, and there was a food bar in the appointment, so I wasted a day. Actually, wasted 2 days trying to get that straightened out. And of course, then we had Thanksgiving yesterday. Saturday, I don't think I need to recover for Saturday. I'm going to do Spark on Sunday. I think I'm going to do that. And then the school week. Kids are been out of school this whole week. It's going to be over, and the kids go back to school Monday. Except for my wife, she's got an appointment that I'm going to help take her to Monday. So we'll start back up, DoorDashing next week on Tuesday. So anyway, a little long-winded. That's because I'm sitting here at a red light, and Mr. Police Officer is right in front of me. So heading over to Cracker Barrel, see if I can sneak an order in. If not, well, I'll head home. So either way, see you in a little bit. Well, with about 8 minutes left on my dash, I picked up an order for Buffalo Wild Wings. And so let's see. Let me bring up the screenshot that I took. Almost $6 for 3 miles. Not too bad. So, and this is gonna be my last dash. So, anyhow, off to Buffalo and then to the customer, and we'll see you in a little bit. Well, I just delivered a Buffalo Wild Wings to the local CVS, and I'm a little upset. I'm not with the CVS and all that. Just as I finished that drop off, I thought I was done with the dash. Well, somehow DoorDash added 30 minutes to my time, and they popped up an offer to go to the McDonald's in Lincoln for 14 miles for $6. I said, no. So I declined it, so that brought me another point down today. So anyway, so I'm done. So I'll give a summary and all that, but to give you some idea, I did 9 deliveries out of 10. It should have been 9 out of 9. So anyway, I gotta go do a quick errand, and then I'm gonna go home. And then there I'll give the summary. So see you in a little bit. Well, finally made it back home. It's been a strange day. I'll give you a summary. I made $62.23 for 9 deliveries. I canceled one, but that was, I'm a little upset about that one. Not it was a bad offer, but I didn't want to. They offered me when I thought I was done with my dash, but they added more time to my dash, and so they gave me the offer, so I was forced to cancel it, and it brought my acceptance rate down. So yeah, 9 deliveries and a total dash time of 4 hours and 6 minutes. So yeah, that was not too bad for this morning and today. For lunch, I made about $91.27. So yeah, that's not too bad. Like I said, I'm not doing dash or anything tomorrow. I need to take a break, but I'll do Spark on Sunday and got an errand on Monday. So this was it was really cold this morning. Warmed up a little bit. But the app kind of flaked out on me a couple times, and so that was strange. I had to reset the app. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed following me with my adventures and misadventures. If you like this video, please select like. And if you enjoy what I'm doing with this channel, I urge you to subscribe to the channel to see my further adventures here. So anyway, hope you had a happy holiday. Oh, happy holiday, happy Thanksgiving, since this is a day after. And we're going to call it a night, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. So we will see you next time.